this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and on third down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play for his fourth down.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession.
We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision could get skewed.
And he coughed it up. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Darnold now to throw.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And Xavier Woods with a pick.
Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. On first down, Darnold. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. On second down now, Foreman, and he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first down, it's Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Darnold throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
197 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's Darnold. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
York now for the extra point.
And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. And we're back now in Charlotte. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Faking the give, Darnold. It's caught, Beckham. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw caught by Higgins. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Darnold
targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Again, Darnold. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man, and it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now a give right side. Foreman. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Deontay Foreman.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Panthers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And now they're in the hurry-up. Watson off play action. Rolling to his left. And that is taken in by Njoku. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Out to his left. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku from 21 yards away.
And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back. As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on two-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on two-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or two.
He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward. From the 24, Darnold. He gets it to Thomas. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Foreman. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll run on the draw. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
And he's able to get up here to the 26.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Chubb again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
It's caught by, oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You mates all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. They run it again with Chubb. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Hey, you got to snap it. You got to snap it.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Chubb. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. They go up the middle with Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Browns are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video... So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Darnold to throw. Pass incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run good for 24 yards. There's Darnold. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Now Darnold. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So the deficit now 3 after the huge conversion, but they need to get the football back.
So this is where special teams really comes into play, because getting the ball back, it starts with this next kickoff. How do they get downfield? Either jar it loose or get the ball back themselves. That's going to be key for them.
Watson now to throw. Steps away. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now, Watson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now it's Watson. That's going to be caught. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown, Charles, with very little time remaining. Boy, it just sucked any energy and momentum out of the other sideline.
Yeah, take an incredible comeback in the final minute to bring this one back to even. A great series there offensively. They saw an opportunity to slam the window shut, and they followed through.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Darnold and the Panthers now
down by 10. A little over 20 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down.
Darnold.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Darnold now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Darnold. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1 and one of our early window games here in Week 1.
It's week 2 of the 2022 season. And coming up, we'll see David Njoku. He was catching everything last week, had himself over 250 yards. It's the Browns and the Jets. All that and more coming up next.
We're in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Browns in this matchup. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. We'll get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, second overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Ball again on 2nd down. And right away, he lost the football. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in from Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
Hey, you got nothing.
A give. This is Chubb. Now hang on here, because following that play, it looks like Amari Cooper is in some distress. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. On 1st down, Watson. Brought in over the middle by Grant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what there's... We're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
And Charles, he's a rookie. He's put it on the ground once, maybe defensively. Now they're saying, okay, we can get this young buck to cough it up 2-3 times. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, they do tend to zero in on the young runners because once one comes out, as you noted, you think there's an opportunity for more. This is where you have to get with that guy and say, all right, they're going to come after you, but we believe in your talents. Take care of the football, and let's go.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Milton Williams
Busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now Wilson, he gets it underneath to Hall.
And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
A good return there, 17 yards. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A run for... Oh, Chubb fumbled it. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson on the move to his left. The 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Again, it's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. Touchdown! Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
And New York set to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
Now Hall to start the drive.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Now a throw here to his running back. And out of bounds right around the 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Chubb will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Browns! Nick Chubb doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Browns have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the 1st half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Straight ahead is Hall. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And now we've got a stoppage for an injured player, and that appears to be Garrett Wilson, who is shaken up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now Davis fumbles it, and this is picked up by the Browns. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this 1st quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the 1st fumble recovery, they were eager to get a 2nd one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They run. Chubb. And he picks up the first. at the 29. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll try the air now with Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Watson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Touchdown! 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. This offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner. You are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Everything right now that they touch. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, a Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to...
That's caught at the 25. A big play that time for Cleveland. 48 yards. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And this is more of the same right here. These guys have definitely been the aggressors here in the first half. They pushed the envelope in terms of play calls, and that's reflected in the score. And now they're in a position to widen this lead.
And that wound up traveling an even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. On first down, it's Watson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, and they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. And they'll get this down to the 10. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Watson, option left. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson caught on the slant. Touchdown, Browns. Jakeem Grant, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, I'll say one thing, Charles. You're getting really good practice here in breaking down touchdowns. What did you see there?
Well, the same thing I've seen over and over and over in this first half. My scintillating analysis, Brandon, this offense is absolutely taking no prisoners.
The York on now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. Room here to run. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis, 75 yards. And the Jets get a bit closer. Connects on the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. They run for it with Hunt. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a nice throw here right